I'm Ayla.
I'm Mickey.
And I'm Aaron, aka B Lucky.
You're watching
MD90.
That's right. And we the unapologetic
Nomadic.
Well, Bowman Lusambo is not doing well. So as you may be aware, Bowman Lusambo is incarcerated. So he's currently serving 2 terms of imprisonment. There's one case that he was convicted in Luansha that was involved that late NDC cadre. And then he has another one with regard to property suspected to be proceeds of crime in Lusaka. So he's serving those 2 terms or in prison. So which should amount to like 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. They're about like the total it comes to that amount of years. So he's been applying for bail from the time that he was arrested, and he's been very jovial when he appears in the public. But yesterday, or just not even yesterday, just a couple of hours ago, when he appeared in court in the High Court, he looked drained when the bail was denied, and that's what has the people talking like, what's going on, Bulldozer? Because previously, there's that performance that politicians like to do, like trying to show face, to say they are not phased, they are not moved, they are okay in as much as they're incarcerated. And which Bowman was doing, say, we're coming back in 2026, and today he did not show any of that. He was very demoralized, and that's what people are talking about. And this is the broadcast I'm about to give you of what happened to Bowman Lusambo at court today. I think maybe it's the news that has reached him to say Edgar Lungu has been barred from standing in 2026, to say he's not eligible. Maybe that's what has him low, because maybe that's what he was banking on, the likelihood of Edgar Lungu bouncing back to power and maybe pardoning him. But this is what happened. I was reported by Kalemba saying Bowman Lusambo denied bail. So let me just expand it so that you see the article. So former Lusaka province minister Bowman Lusambo has been denied a chance to return to society and go about his normal life. The Economic and Financial Crimes Court has denied to admit him bail pending appeal against a 4-year jail term before the EFCC and court division. Lusambo is contesting his conviction, saying the Economics and Financial Crimes Court only considered the state evidence and disregarded his. On November 8th, Lusambo was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment with hard labor for corrupt acquisition of public property, 3 years for possession of car, and 4 houses in Silverest Gardens, and fined him with 9,000 kwacha in each of the 3 counts on tax evasion and default 9 months simple imprisonment. Ruling on his bail application, Magistrate Fides Amaundu said his grounds for appeal have no prospects of success. That's the feedback that Bowman Lusambo got. Lusambo's lawyer, Kaura Bota, informed the court that his client will try his luck before the EFCC court division. The court has reserved a ruling for the feature application to January 17th, 2025. So that could have been the reason why he's low. I think it has just dawned on him to say the next time he'll be appearing in court is in 2025, because this is like the 11th of December 2024, and the next appearance in court should be January 17th. So I understand why it was low like that. So this is the video that people had people wondering, Bulldozer, because when he came out of court, usually we would interact with the members of press and give a statement. He literally did not want to see anyone. He rushed into the car, and then the caption says, unusual silence. Former Lusaka Province Minister Bowman Lusambo silently exits holding cells at Lusaka Magistrate Court en route back to prison after Economic Financial Crimes Court denied him bail on Monday. So that's the situation with Bowman Lusambo. And then obviously people will be weighing in to say it's a learning curve for everyone that is in government right now. The tides change eventually. Chief Etayari also got the same video. The video has been trending. Like it was the unusual demeanor of Bowman Lusambo. He literally did not want to see the media. He wanted to rush into the car and get on with his prison sentence. So Chief Etayari says Bowman Lusambo has stopped making noise at court now. Instead, he's rushing to the car. So and then he attaches the video. At times you don't have to let the situation become bad and to force you into silence. You can humble yourselves and look like a fool and salvage something of yourself before you lose everything. I am a charlatan, Chief Etayari calls himself, but I also use my brain very well. Listen to my discourse this evening at 20 hours on the eligibility case. So he's simply saying you'll be able to read the atmosphere. They are no longer in power. And act accordingly, not being humbled like the way it looks like Bowman Lusambo has been humbled into silence. As for Chief Etayari, he continues to live his life in self-imposed exile. I don't even know which country he's in right now. But for him, he invited his kids when they went to visit him recently. So probably they are spending the holiday with him wherever he is. And he says, he read the atmosphere. He knew he was going to be in prison, so he might as well run. And then patriotic fans say, Kawambo has been peaceful so far. Let one man go there and you see. So they're simply tagging the president. Hakainde Hichilema hasn't yet visited Kawambo since the by-elections were announced. So during the campaign, so they're simply saying if he visits, maybe that's the situation will change because Edgar Lungu was there over the weekend, right before his judgment came forth. So that's a patriotic fan statement there. Artist Devas Mumba gave this statement, great, brave and very patriotic judgment. So simply giving kudos to the Constitutional Court on the judgment where they barred Edgar Lungu from contesting presidential elections to say he had already served 2 terms. So that was Devas Mumba's statement. He even did a live stream over that. While Sinjoyati says, Concourt judgment. Edgar Lungu, January 15th to 2016. January 2015 to 2016, a term. What is SATA 2011 to 2014? What is that? So he asks a question to say, if they are calling 2015 to 2016 a term, what does that mean for the same term that will be served by Michael Sifat? And then a combo of 2 terms using 2 constitutions, because we had 2 different constitutions at the time. Different people just giving their views with regard to the verdict that came yesterday with regard to Edgar Lungu's eligibility case. And obviously, Masheke Akashambatwa, this is the UPND individual based in the US. He's currently in the country back home with his wife here in Zambia. And then he just put up this picture. He says, they have a plan B, jabbing at Edgar Lungu's statement where he says, since the Constitutional Court has barred him, he has moved on to plan B. And then he puts that picture there. He goes further. And then Kalemba says, I'm incoming president. I can't fail to bounce back Edgar Lungu. So news diggers, they attribute that article to say Edgar Lungu is coming back in 2016. And 2026. We wait and see how that plays out. If who's going to accept his nomination or fighting in of nominations. But it's Masheke Akashambatwa goes further to say, former president, can a former president be impeached? The courts found ministers staying in office after parliament was dissolved and was against the constitution. And remedies for abrogating of the constitution by a president. So simply saying what else happens to Edgar Lungu, considering that the constitution has ruled that. And then KBF says 3 years are gone with nothing to show, referring to Hakainde Hichilema's government. So he says they have nothing to show in terms of result, and the best of their promises that they are given to the electorates in the build up to 2021. And then he talks about voter registration. There's been speculation to say it's currently taking place in certain parts of the country. There's no evidence to that. Probably that's what he's referring to, or maybe it might mean that it should start taking place. We'll wait and see how that plays out. And then he says Mingalato, pretty much referring to the court judgment, saying they're simply playing political games. And then in the Daily Mail, Edgar Lungu not eligible. Concord disqualifies former president. This is in the Daily Mail. This is in the news. Stand up, don't be silent. Lungu urges Zambians. That's an article that he had put up after a Constitutional Court judgment, according to Daily Liberation there. And then what else is in the news? We don't need courts. We can protect ourselves using voters' cards, which are our AK-47, Moyo says. So, I mean, it's now up to the ballot box. And then Lungu ineligible in future polls, but was eligible in 2021 Constitutional Court rules. I accept this verdict. Plan B goes into motion. That's Edgar Lungu's article, and which has been attributed to there. And that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on.